Yeah. Coach Jack Daniels of the Boxers Trainers Channel. And believe me, it is fight night. Fight night. Tonight is fight night. March 30th, 2024. Prime time Amazon. Featuring by none other than Al Heyman and the PBC, right? The lineup is extensive. Before, the lineup was Tim Tszyu versus Keith one-time Thurman. But for some reason, unknown to me, but I'm kind of like on the fence with that because I kind of like think that Keith may have ducked Tim Tszyu based on the fact that he saw some in Tim Tszyu that he didn't want to go up against. That's my opinion, right? I mean, a bicep injury is what the claim is that he had in training. He called it a bicep injury in training, in sparring, right? And obviously that was enough for him to back out of the fight, right? But it just seemed really, really, really suspect to me as a professional boxer / trainer, right? That you would get like 2 weeks before the fight and then bow out Christian with a substantial injury. So anyway, the replacement is Sebastian Fundora, right? Which is a good matchup. I mean, it's a little unorthodox to please me as a boxer, but they're both good. Tim Tszyu is the WBO junior middleweight champion of the world, right? That belt is on the line. There's also a WBC junior middleweight championship belt on the line as well. So there's 2 belts involved in this matchup, and this matchup again is tonight. And the fight, the preliminaries, the co-main events are probably in the process now, and I'm not having the opportunity to facilitate the matchups because I got to do what I got to do with my people, right? I have to do this, right, and love doing this, right? I'll catch boxing on the television or pay-per-view when I'm done with you. This is a live cast, and I'm offering you the people to jump in or get in where you fit in. Okay, listen, this show is primarily about the preview of last night's event brought to you by none other than Top Rank Boxing, the Honorable Bob Arnold. And it was a pretty extensive lineup, right? And I had the opportunity to see the majority of it, right? The big fights I saw all of them, and the ones that particularly I took particular notice to was of course the main event, and there was a couple of cold main events that was really interesting as well, right? So let's go through the lineup as I perceived it, and I'm going to give you guys what I saw as the fights of interest to me, and hopefully it will be just as much exciting to you as it was to me. So the main event, are we going to go up or down? Which way you guys want to go? You're going to up or down, meaning from co-main event to the main event. Okay, let's go co-main event, and we'll go up to the main event. One of the co-main events was junior welterweights. Raymond Muratalla, and Zolisani. I hit that one. Zolisani Indogena. That's kind of like Swahili, right? I'm kind of really fluent, but I was pretty good in Swahili. But that was one of the things that was a necessary part of a certain curriculum that I was involved in light of my intellectual pursuits, right, and my activism pursuits, activist pursuits, excuse me. So moving forward with that. But this particular fight I found very interesting, to say the least. The fight between Raymond MURATALLA and XOLISANIU and NDONGANA, right? That fight I found very interesting. Excuse me. I have something on I have my glass, and it's kind of irritating me. So excuse me, I'm wiping my glasses. Let me take a second. There it goes. It's gone. See, so that fight I found extremely interesting, based on a couple of facts. I'm going to point them out as we move forward. Right, Raymond MURATALLA, right, MURATALLA, right, fought to XOLISANIU in Indogena, right? I'm quite sure that's an African. He's from Africa, right? So I found that fight extremely interesting for a couple of reasons. One, it has been noted and it has been talked about a lot about Raymond MURATALLA and how good he was, and he's been catching a lot of resistance in regards to getting fights made with the top tier boxers, right? He called out everybody, David Haney. I think he called out Shakur Stevenson. Those are the top level. He wants that smoke, right? And I get it, right? But the fact remains the same, that this particular partner that he had in the ring with him last night was someone, XOLISANIU, Indogena, right, was also one of Devin the Dream Haney's dance partner, if you will, in the ring, right? They fought at lightweight, right? This particular bout was held in the junior welterweight department, but I'm making mention of this particular fight because for two things: one, Raymond MURATALLA, and to XOLISANIU and NDONGANA, right? NDONGANA fought Devin the Dream Haney back, maybe I want to say maybe 3 or 4 years ago, right? When Devin Haney was climbing that ladder to success, right? He went through Indogena, right? He went through Indogena, right? And I specifically remember that fight because Indogena was an excellent boxer, right? Now, that's really how I was able to really take notice to Devin the Dream, right? Because he fought Indogena, right? And that particular fight stuck in my mind because that was the first opportunity that I got to see Devin really show both sides of the equation in regards to his technical skills, his arsenal, his mindset, and how he used offense and defense to pursue a good boxer. And Indogena was a good boxer, right? But Devin Haney was just like, I was like, dang, this kid, this is before he climbed the ladder, right? It was like, damn, this kid here is awesome. I mean, he was catching in the pocket. He was doing all this in the pocket. Wasn't no jumping, moving back or clenching. He stood in the pocket, caught punching, pivoted off Indogena, and the whole 9 yards, hook, jab, you know it, right? It was a splendid display of boxing, right, if you will, right? I mean, both of them was good boxers, but Devin made it look. He just made it look easy. No disrespect to Ndongana, right? But it was a good fight, and that's why I took particular notice to it because Muratalla, right? He said he wants to smoke from Devin and Dream Haney. But I just want to be realistic to Raymond Muratalla, right? Devin the Dream Haney is like on 2 or 3 different levels above Raymond Muratalla. He's just an advanced young boxer, right? And I just think that especially after seeing his Muratalla's display of boxing last night, no, I just don't think so. He's all right, he's good, but he's not top tier material. And actually, they gave the fight to Muratalla, but I actually thought it was a tie, or they could have easily gave it to Ndongana. They could have gave it to him because they were both in there scrapping. And the thing that really I really took notice to was Ndongana, right, was hitting him and getting out of the way of a counter, right? It was I'm talking about points. He was hitting him, right, and Muratalla, right. He couldn't stay in the pocket with him. He had to back off. You know what I mean? And at the end of the fight, Muratalla was was kind of bruised up because he was getting punched. Okay, that was an excellent fight as well. So, but the co-main event was 2 females, and man, look, the females need to get paid for their services, right? Because these particular females acted out last night. Senasa, Estrada versus YOKASATA VALLE, right? These were strawweights. I think it was 105, maybe to 112. I think strawweights. It was real small women, but and Estrada is 26 years of age. She's 5'2" with a 63-inch arm reach. She's a right-hander, right? She has 26 wins, 9 by knockout, no losses, no stops, and no draws. She is now the undisputed strawweight champion of the world. But prior to that, the fight last night, she was the WBC and the WBO strawweight champion of the world. She fought YOKASATA VALLE. Valley is 31 years of age. She's 5'4" with a 62.2 arm reach. She's also a right-hander. She's 30 wins, 9 by knockout. She has 3 losses. But you know what I found interesting about 3 losses in the men's division versus 3 losses in the women's division? Women are not allowing a loss, whether it's 2, 3, or 4 losses, to stop their pursuits. They're still coming at the girls, right, trying to get that belt. And I got that, right? But the men, they get to the 3rd loss, and it's like, well, throwing the towel in. You know what I mean? But I just want to make that distinction. Women be handling their business. You know what I mean? They be handling their business. They ain't playing. They Skrilla, if you will, right? So, 31 wins, 9 by knockout, 3 losses. She's never been stopped and never had a draw. She was the WBA and the IBF strawweight champion of the world. So this was for the undisputed championship of the world. And after a masterful display of boxing, Estrada Senisa Estrada took the undisputed championship home. It was a good bout. It was a masterful display of boxing, if you will. You heard me? So let's get to the main event. The main event was Oscar Valdez versus Liam Wilson, right? Oscar Valdez is 33 years of age. He's 5'5" with a 66-inch arm reach. He's a right-hander. He has 32 wins, 24 knockouts. He has 2 losses. One was to Shakur Stevenson. I just don't have the information on the other, but one of them was Shakur Stevenson. He has no stops and no draws, right? He was a WBO interim champion, and this particular bout was sanctioned under the WBA for the WBO, and this bout was sanctioned for the WBO championship of the world, right? So Oscar Valdez and Liam Williams fought for that belt, and I'll get to that in a minute. Wilson is 28 years of age. He's 5'9" with a 70-inch arm reach. He has 13 wins, 7 by knockout, 3 losses. 3 losses, and he's been stopped 3 times and no draw. So this was a very interesting fight until Oscar Valdez felt the need to take it up another notch, right? At first, they were both boxing, and both of them was getting leather laid on them, right? Until it got to like the 8th, I want to say the 8th of the 9th round, I guess Oscar Valdez got a second win, and he let it be known. He started to do all sorts of things to confuse his opponent. He would weave. He was also in the pocket. He stayed in the pocket, right? Didn't back off. He stayed in the pocket and pivoted and weaved off everything Wilson had to bring, right? And I think it was like the 9th. No, excuse me. It was like the 10th round, right? It was a 12 rounder because it was a title. It was a title defense, right? It was the 10th round. Oscar Valdez knocked him out. Just you know what I mean? Just bang, just kept banging on him, right? And the referee called it because Wilson wasn't responding, right? It was a good fight, and Oscar Valdez did something that he wanted that belt back. He lost the belt to Shakur. He wanted that belt back. He had emotions on the fight that he had with Shakur Stevenson when he lost the belt, and he had emotions when he won the belt last night, and he let it be known because he was crying a river of tears. So that's all I got for y'all tonight. I got to go in here and check the fight out. I don't know if I'm going to have a fight party or not. Haven't got there yet, but hit the subscription button. Share my videos. Share my videos with your friends and family members. Help me to do what I need to do with this podcast, and that's to be successful. If I can't be successful, my viewers won't be successful. I've told you this time and time again, right? If I win, we all win, because that's the type of brother I am. I want for my brother and sister what I want for myself. With that, hit the subscription button, drop a comment in the comment section, and share my videos. Peace out.